Guess what? It's over. Week 1 has been completed. You know, you wake up Sunday morning, birds are chirping, dog probably shit on the floor, so you gotta yell at them and take them outside and pick it up and fucking cursing at yourself. Crack open a cold beer, sit on the couch, and football is ready to be watched. But the worst part about it all is the upsets, the ties, and most importantly, losing in your fantasy league. So, let's do a recap of week 1. The first game was on a Thursday, and people got work Friday in the fucking morning, so no one has time for that shit. The score was the Patriots 28, the Steelers 21. Now, Gronk went the fuck off in that game. He had 3 touchdowns with 5 receptions. Are you kidding? That literally meant almost every time that he touched the ball, he scored a touchdown. That's freakishly scary. He looks like a grown-ass adult playing in a daycare, okay? Tom Brady had a point to prove with Deflategate, and they're trying to tell this man that he was fucking taking the air out of the balls. If you remember last year in the AFC Championship, he whooped that ass. What was it, like 45-7 against the Colts? Doesn't matter if he took the air out the balls or not. He still was balling, and it was at Colts' stadium. Besides that, D'Angelo Williams went off and had 127 yards rushing. Now that really pisses me off. Being a Panthers fan, he couldn't do that for us in the playoffs 2 years ago when we went against the Saints. But I digress. Let's go to the next game. Of course, we have the favorite rivalry of all time, the Chicago Bears versus the Green Bay Packers. Now, last year, Aaron Rodgers got hurt and they lost their first few games. And what did he tell everyone to do? Relax. And they ended up going to the NFC Championship. Now, the last 7 out of 9 times, I believe, if my stats are correct, the Packers have beaten the Bears. And this was no different because they won 31-23. Now, don't get me wrong. Jay Cutler fucking sucks. But Matt Forte, the running back, is balling. So I suggest you pick him up in fantasy because he was whooping my ass because I was playing against him. Now, James Jones, he left and played for the Raiders and wasn't doing shit over there. But he originally played for Green Bay. He decided to come back and play with his boy, and he scored 2 fucking touchdowns. What type of shit is that? That's a complete 360 turnaround. You gotta be kidding me. Now, we got Kansas City versus Houston. J.J. Swat, one of the best defensive players of all time in my books, but I guess they just couldn't put it together because they got Cleveland Browns bum-ass quarterback Brian Hoyer at their helms to start. But Kansas City got lucky with Andy Reid from Philadelphia Eagles coming over to play, Big Red himself now, and they took Alex Smith from the San Francisco 49ers. Now, in my opinion, they did that man dirty. You know why? Because he had a, 12-2 record, and they kicked his ass out because Kaepernick had a few good games, so they got rid of him completely, had no playing time, yet he took his team to the playoffs. No respect. But guess what? He decided he was going to ball out there. With him and Kelsey, are you kidding me? Last year, the Chiefs did not have anyone in the receiving squad to score a touchdown. Not one. Jamar Charles had that team on his back. They did it by them fucking selves. What? The New York Jets and the Cleveland Browns. 31-10, Jets. There was a point in that game where the Cleveland Browns intercepted the ball and ran with it, and Brandon Marshall tackled the man and took the football out of his hand and ran with it. Are you kidding me? When something like that happens in a game, you can't lose it. Johnny Manziel goes to rehab. He has his drug issue, comes back and decides he wants to be a different player. When he was playing at Texas A&M, he had the famous money symbol whenever he scored, but he didn't want to be cocky anymore. He just wanted to play the game and win some games. Well, guess what? You're the Cleveland Browns, so you're not winning any games. Next that we have, Indianapolis Colts with the Buffalo Bills. Now, Rex Ryan's over there, and they have one of the greatest defense in the NFL today, but they also picked up LaShawn McCoy, and he's a problem as it is already. So, you know there's going to be some shit going down. So, it was the final score. Let's look at my paperwork right now because I'm not fucking prepared. 27-14. Chuck Pagano, I feel bad. I apologize for you having that rare condition where you almost died, but you know what? Your team rallied together, and you picked up Andrew Luck. You got rid of Peyton Manning and got Andrew Luck. That was literally striking luck right there. But he was not on his A game. Buffalo had the chance to win that division. It is scary, but do not sleep on the Colts. Just because they lost this game means nothing. They finally have a running back now with Frank Gore, and they just picked up Andre Johnson as well. So you can be sure that they will be in the playoffs. After that, we have Miami and Washington. No one fucking cares. Let's go to the next game. We have my personal favorite, Carolina and Jacksonville. We beat those asses 20-9. Luke Kuechly had a concussion, scared the holy fucking shit out of me. I probably had lost my voice and had to walk away and turn the TV off several times from screaming and being scared for my fucking life to lose our best player on that team, like I said in my previous video. Now, let's go to the next game. Seattle and St. Louis. Cam Chancellor is holding out. He does not want to play unless you give him that big contract. And the Legion of Boom has been exposed because St. Louis wins that game in overtime, 34-31. Nick Foles leads Philadelphia Eagles, and it looks like he's balling out here. He does not have a problem with his new team. He feels comfortable in his skin. And with that new defense that they have ramped up over there in St. Louis, I will not be surprised if they win the NFC West Division. Russell Wilson doesn't want to have sex with Ciara until after marriage. Commendable, but have you seen her ride video? Next game, we have Arizona and New Orleans. With Carson Palmer having that $100 million contract and tearing his ACL, coming back and playing like this? Are you kidding me? 31-19 Cardinals. They whooped that ass. Drew Brees isn't the same Super Bowl winning quarterback he used to be. He needs to scrape that poop-stained birthmark off of his fucking face. Okay, let's go to the next one. We got Detroit and San Diego. 33-28, San Diego Chargers win. Now, I'm not really a big fan of either team, nor do I know a lot about them. I know Matt Stafford is a very manageable quarterback, and Megatron is overhyped. Everyone picks him in fantasy in the first couple rounds, but he's been very quiet lately. In the previous seasons, he hasn't done much. He might be a number one receiver, but I guess they got him figured out when they double cover him. They call this man Megatron because he is built like a goddamn robot, but he's exposed. Now we have Tennessee. Wow, I'm fucking tired. Tennessee Titans and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. First time ever, the number one and number two draft pick went against each other. We got Marcus Mariota, I don't want a nickname, and Jameis Crab Legs Winston. Oh, you don't know about the crab legs? Let me tell you about the crab legs. This man decided to go into a grocery store when he knew he was about to get drafted into the NFL and stole crab legs. How much are crab legs? I'm allergic, so I can't even eat these shits myself. But I know it can't be that bad in your life where you're about to sign to an NFL team and you can't afford some crabs. That's the last thing that we need to worry about here. They got their ass whooped 42-14. The Tennessee Titans are the real deal. Next we have the Oakland Raiders and the Cincinnati Bengals with the redhead Andy Dalton and the freak of nature wide receiver A.J. Green. 33-13, the Raiders lose. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be saying this every video that the Raiders will lose. And we got Baltimore and Denver. Denver winning 19-13. And guess what? Peyton Manning hasn't thrown a touchdown in his last 4 games. Steve Smith, also with the Baltimore Ravens, didn't do anything. He was on my fucking fantasy. So thank you for that because I lost that fucking game. Now, Dallas and New York. That was a great fucking game because New York gave it up at the end. Dez Bryant was hurt, and the Cowboys still win. Now, I know that there's a huge rivalry in the NFC East because the Cowboys and the Eagles hate each other. So every day on Facebook, I can see the updates with all the Cowboys fans watching the Eagles lose and being happy about that. Yet you guys have to play each other next week. So I enjoy the rivalry. It's good fun. I don't really care about either team. Now, earlier tonight, the Eagles and the Falcons have played. Now, the Falcons were whooping that ass in the first half. Julio Jones was beating that butt. Fucking Byron Maxwell could not cover him for shit. And you know why? Because he's the fastest receiver. And he's in the Panthers division, so that scares the holy fucking shit out of me. Now, at the end of the game, the Eagles could have scored a field goal or went for it on 4th down. What did they do? They gave it to Cody Parkey, and he misses the fucking field goal. having the Falcons win with an interception at the end of the game. How fucking embarrassing is that shit? I'm sorry, Eagles fans, but I fucking hate you guys. Let's go to the next game. And finally, the goddamn snooze fest itself. Minnesota and San Francisco. Now, a lot of the people on the San Francisco's defensive line have either retired or decided to leave the organization. They've lost their head coach. It's in shambles. They have a guy that used to sell rugs and was an overnight janitor as their head coach now. I'm just noticing that my teeth look dirty as fuck. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to clean those the next time I decide to record myself because I look like a fucking scrub right now. Minnesota only put up 3 points. Teddy Bridgewater was balling, and they had Adrian Peterson back. He has not played in over a season for whooping his kid's ass, and he didn't get the whooping he ass on the field. He was on the sideline like, bruh. But Carlos Hyde for the San Francisco 49ers with the team on his back, though. So that's it. That's your week 1 recap. Please subscribe, like, and watch more of my videos because I will have to post one every Tuesday. Thank you.